Hey, there we are. What's up, everybody? Oh, wow, my brightness levels are blown out. That's cool. What's going on, everyone? David joined up as a channel member. David, I could have swore you were already a member. What's going on? David, the famous artist who sent me some really cool fucking artwork in the mail that I'm going to get frames for. Brace for technical difficulties. I swear to God, if there's any technical difficulties on this stream, I'm going to be found hanging and it's going to look like Josine murdered me. All right, so got my butt oiled up. Hell yeah, you know how I like it. What's going on, guys? Sucking my dick. How you doing? King Grogu, as usual. Dylan, what's up, man? Just impulse bought. You know, interestingly, we're looking for a VCR here too. We're gonna go to like a hard off, like secondhand shop and try to find ourselves a VCR for some home movies digitalization. You know what? Actually, since I got you guys here, there's not a whole lot of people, but I had a question. Cockrock, how you doing, man? So I am going to start genuinely and honestly. I've been talking about it forever, but I'm going to finally do it. Excuse me. I'm going to start pushing merch. And I have some very cool fucking designs. And I found a merch storefront that seems pretty cool. But my wife was talking to me, and I think she brings up a really good point that a lot of times when people buy like YouTuber merch, they don't necessarily want to advertise that, hey, I spend all day watching dorky YouTube videos, but instead they want something that kind of looks cool. And I think that's probably true. So I have made a few designs. You guys are the first people outside of me and my wife to see this new design, by the way. It's going to be sick as fuck. Let's see. Can we maybe zoom in on this just a tad wee bit, perhaps? Can I undo that? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to zoom it in just ever so slightly. I think that might be good right there. Maybe a little more. So I have a few different designs. This is the intended one here, which I think looks fucking sick. It's like a blackened grindcore album cover, and that's the RE1 zombie from the intro. I apologize if it's not too easy to see. I wonder if I could zoom in on. Yeah, there we go, baby. That's it. So this is the general idea right here. And I think this is the coolest fucking thing ever. And the logo is beautiful, right? But, I did shoulders yesterday and I really went too far with my fucking, I hit my back really hard. So this is the general idea, but I also have this as an option, which is going to be the same thing, just it'll say Avalanche instead of Avalanche Reviews. Because, maybe, oh shit, it's got the David fucking seal of approval. Hell yeah. I figure maybe people might just kind of want something that looks like it's a death metal band, right? So I'm getting some samples in from this website very, very soon, according to the email they sent me. You guys have no idea. There's such cool shit. Like, here we go. This is going to be so fucking dope. I'm going to have a dope hat. Right now, this is just the one that says Avalanche on it, but I also have one that'll say Avalanche Reviews, which looks fucking sick. It's a dad hat because those are the ones I wear the most. But it's some really, really dope stuff. And I'm really excited, but I'm kind of wondering, do you guys sort of agree with Josine that an Avalanche Reviews shirt should be also Avalanche Reviews list, just to say Avalanche? I'm like genuine and honest. If you were going to buy merch, would it say Avalanche Reviews or just the Avalanche logo kind of vaguely hinting at some dope stuff. I don't know. You guys let me know, because I could go either way with it, because I could see that flying in either direction. Yeah, that font fucks hard. It looks sick as fuck. I'm super stoked on it. I just tried RE Outbreak for the first time, and I really suck at it. You know what? Welcome to the club. We all did. Agree with wife, happy life. That's a very good, solid point. For the hats, this is cool too. Let me zoom back in. I came up with this sick ass, like, fucking little short Avalanche Reviews logo, the AXR, like we're a fucking hardcore band. I think that looks dope as hell. I might get a tattoo of that somewhere on my body. Just Avalanche, I think. Okay. Yeah, see, I knew that she had a point, because that makes sense to me. I feel like people definitely probably, it's not necessarily because you want to support the YouTuber, but if you're going to wear something out and about, maybe, you know, like the word reviews being on something would be kind of a deterrent. I super get it. Also, we have a white design, which is sick. I also have a few where it's the logo on the front and then a big zombie on the back, which I think will be really sick. So just the logo there, and then on the back, boosh, staring you right in the face. I think that's fucking dope. How about an AXR shirt? I was thinking of doing a shirt with, on the left part of the chest, it'll say AXR, and then on the back, it'll have like the logo and the zombie and stuff, just kind of reusing some of my designs. But I also have older stuff on here, and a design that I don't think a lot of people have seen. But this Nemesis design, which I think is the coolest thing ever. I've been truly putting some work in, so I have like a wide variety of stuff to offer people. Jared, do you live in Japan? Yeah, I'm in Tokyo at the moment. It's a little rainy right now, and we just got a bit of a cold front. But yeah, I'm trying to get together a nice variety of things for people to get their hands on, so that it's not just like one design type of deal. Hopefully people end up liking that, because there's hoodies, and then there's like the old design, which I still love, by the way. I think this is the coolest thing ever. Very DIY, like thrash metal revival punk rock kind of thing. I'm into it for sure. I love that logo so much, but I also have a hat for that logo as well. Avalanche themed briefs? No, but that's a good idea. Have me close to your wiener always. I will see if the website will let me do that. But you guys didn't come here for that. Let's play a little Resident Evil. What do you say? The white shirt's sick? Hell yeah. I've been into white shirts lately. I've been feeling the white clothing aesthetic. Okay, so little Kendo's cut uncut. Capcom won't clap your cheeks for that awesome Nemesis design. Who gives a shit, honestly, what fucking Capcom does. So if Deftones does beer and Help does coffee, what drink product would you be merching out? Like a really good tasting energy drink, I feel like, because that's all I drink. Agreed. Avalanche codpiece is very necessary. Okay, so let's get this screen scale back to normal. We want to transform fit to screen, please. Thank you. Kendo's cut uncut. This is, I'm feeling the way. You know, as I was saying it, I was like, God, I hope no one clips that. Avalanche themed snow gear. Oh shit, that'd be dope as hell. Yeah, you know, the weird thing is I have beanies and stuff over here set up, but I'm gonna be releasing this after winters comes. I've completely fucked it. God, I love the Source Next logo. We're gonna crank it up just a bit. Let's see. Hopefully you guys can hear that okay. I would imagine so. Avalanche upscaler. Oh, dude. Honestly, that would be so fucking sick. And drinks are bad for your heart. I know. You know, my justification has always been, since I don't drink alcohol, I don't do drugs or smoke tobacco. I feel like energy drinks are a nice balance so that I can still do things that are stupid. And buy a beanie in a heartbeat? Hell yes, dude. Yeah, I'm really stoked. Once I get a few of these samples in to make sure that this merch storefront, I think it's called Fourth Wall. Yeah, Fourth Wall. Once I get a few samples in, just to make sure that, you know, I'm not selling absolute garbage, I will start putting, advertising or whatever in my videos, and I'll put up on social media, and I will have a, what you call it? Like a discount code for people who are YouTube members or Patreon supporters, stuff like that. I'm going to try to roll this out proper. But yeah, the beanies will be there, and they will both be in the just Avalanche and then the Avalanche Reviews logo variants. So it'll be cool. Buying winter attire out of season is the time to buy it, bro. Oh, hell yeah. All right, word. You work out, your heart's strong enough. That's my feelings for sure. Let's hope we're both right. Energy drinks are a gateway drug. Yeah, to other energy drinks, it's terrible.
A bizarre incident occurred in the outskirts of an American.
So that's kind of, what do you guys think? Is that like barely audible right here?
It was later revealed that the terrible disaster had been caused by the T virus.
Dilly the guy says, how old are you? I am turning 40 years old this year, dude. I'm fucking terrified. Dude, the Avalanche Reviews pregnancy test? Son, that's a really good idea. Can you explain what the game mode? Oh, okay, so Kendo's Cut was a mod for Resident Evil 2 that was like a joke mod, but like a really well-made, fully and complete joke mod. Incredible audio? Is that a joke? Oh, it's too low. Okay, okay. We can crank that up. No issues whatsoever. Let's do this. Counts as a button press. All right, fuck. You know what? Honestly, let's start it over because I really like this intro. Okay, yeah, let's start it over because the intro is dope and it is just the normal Source Next intro, which is really good looking and runs at a reasonable frame rate. We're going to start it again. And then, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to make it a little louder. Jungle Rot for the win, dude. Jungle Rot fucking rules. Yeah, so Kendo's Cut was a joke mod that was very full and complete. You could play through the entire game, and nearly every scene was this wild, like a room full of people thinking, what would be the wackiest shit we could put on screen that has to do with Kendo? And that's what it was. And then there was a follow-up, Kendo's Cut Uncut, which I think is way better. Regular chocolate cup of coffee. I mean, I do love coffee too. Okay, we hear you great, but the game audio, I think it should be reasonable now.
It was later revealed that the terrible disaster had been caused by the T virus.
Just lived through a heart attack before turning 44. 40 is not nothing to be scared of. Yeah, you know what it is. Like I just within the last 3 years, I started coming to grips with the idea of aging, and it took me a while to get to that point. So I'm gonna. But I stay healthy. I work out every day. I skateboard everywhere. I still like live a very active life, and I don't feel my age. Like I'm not like sore all the time. Like, oh my God, I'm too old. So I think I'm pretty lucky in that sense. It's crazy how much they can mod this game. Is this the PC version? Yes, this is the Source Next version with the classic Rebirth mod applied, which means it is a beautiful, it is just the most gorgeous version of the game in existence, period. How many pull-ups can I do? Not very many. I weigh a lot. I'm like 230-ish pounds. I bounce back and forth between like 220 to 240, depending on if I'm cutting or bulking. And I mean, I could probably do like, if you really pushed me, 10 pull-ups, and then I'd have to rest and I can continue doing pull-ups. I could probably do like 10, 8, 6, 4, so on, but not a pull-up machine. I usually don't like a lot of Pull-ups even to me are kind of more of a compound work compared to doing lat pulls specifically. I like to isolate muscle groups as much as possible. So I don't deadlift. I don't squat as much anymore. I would rather do leg presses and leg lifts and stuff on machines. I have bad knees though, so that might play into it. Just had my second heart valve replacement last week at 38. No fault of my own, though. I mean, dude, sometimes that's just the luck of the draw. You get a bad ticker, man. That sucks, though. Hopefully you're feeling all right. Benny says, I can't wait to turn 20. That's not true. You're like 22, right? Libe's 35, also terrified. Yeah. No, I mean, it's a weird idea. Like, I'm 40, and then what, 10 years from now, I'll be fucking 50 years old, dude. That... Oh, God, it makes me feel weird just saying it. Oh, that's right. Me and David do have a wrestling match scheduled. We will do it up.
We can't stay out here. Head to the police station. It'll be a lot.
I'm 42, sore all the time, but in my head, I'm still set. That's the thing. Yeah, I'm very mentally immature, which I think. Oh, you turned 21 in May. Okay, so I knew you were, like, above that area. How many pull-ups can I do with my Pinor? Not as many as you might think.
What's going on? I arrived in town and the whole place went
God,
insane.
these cutscenes are amazing.
You're a cop, right?
Yeah, first day on the job. Great, huh?
Would you try to reason with an obvious zombie?
Mine's Claire.
Well, yeah, you have to, so that you feel good about yourself morally after, you know, double tapping it after you've blown its brains out. Just give it the opportunity to, you know, because when you think, all right, think about it realistically, there's a zombie outbreak. Are you going to believe immediately that you're just going to start offing people with no fucking consequences? So, you know, hey, please, are you alive? I'm warning you, I'm going to shoot. I think that's fair. But then after the first one, that's it. 185-pound CRT. Motherfucker, what are you buying? Like a DLP fucking projection unit? That's insane. Trying to follow the Marine Corps workout routines right now. That shit is brutal. Oh, I imagine. You know, my thing is, not only do I not enjoy compound lifts very much, like, for example, clean and jerks, any Olympic level lifts or competition lifts for the most part, you know, deadlifts or anything that involves like a clean and jerk where you deadlift it up, put it to your chest, and then press it above your head. I find stuff like that to be wildly inefficient for me personally. That being said, I'm also not very good at them. I think it requires a much more athletic build than what I have. My body is built for harming other human beings, and that's it. God damn, this game looks so good when you put it in retro mode. So retro mode in Classic Rebirth will render everything at its native resolution, which is 240p. So you're getting the same thing you would get from like an external scaler. If you had your PS1 hooked up, you would just get the 240p video output, then upscaled after the fact, which I find to be the most attractive look for retro video games. First day on the job and he just blows a guy away. Yeah, and there's like a pedestrian on the ground who had been hurt too. I've been like, you're not going to be able to put that in the report. Obvious person in pain grabs onto my leg. Immediate gunshot. That's what the guy in 28 Days Later did until he walked into the church. See, exactly. Jared, have you considered drinking the blood of the innocent to retain your youth? Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Here we go. It starts.
What's going on in this town?
Don't you worry, girlie. You'll be safe in here. What are you doing? I thought you were one of them. I'm keeping a close eye on
But-
you. I don't have a clue.
This is so fucking good. You guys have no idea. 35-inch Trinitron. God damn. Can't find the exact weight anywhere, but a web archive of Sears posting. God, dude. I believe that. A 35-inch is a motherfucker, dude. That's massive. This is... Wait for it, though. It's so fucking good. Can I interact with them? No. But they all follow me. The Resident Evil 2 engine is so powerful, it could render so many Kendos on screen. I hurt my back a year and a half ago, couldn't do deadlifts, and I didn't know what to do with myself. Honestly, man, listen, muscle group specific workouts, cables and machines. A lot of gym rats are like, no, dumbbells and fucking barbells and that's it. I could get most of my lifts in on a cable machine. I mean, it's insane how well those things let you isolate muscle groups. So I pinched, I had a small micro tear in my right pec when I was training really hard in Florida. And you'd be surprised how many regular ass like bicep curls, fucking shoulder workouts, back workouts, everything touches your chest just a bit. So I had to start using cable machines, and I found out that, man, you can isolate like a motherfucker with cable machines. And depending on the position you can get into, it's also a much more efficient workout in terms of like gravity. What do you think happens when you drink the blood of the guilty? Around about the same thing, but the innocent are probably less likely to fight back when you're retrieving the blood, I imagine. This is so good. This is so fucking good. He shot her ponytail off. Dude, it's so fucking good. That is true. There's no Grogu mod. That's an issue. I did add a titty tear. It sucked, bro. I had to get one of those tinge units that shocks it and works it out a bit to rehab. You better keep it in. I mean, your ponytail, exactly. So she wraps up her head in a bandage to cover up the ponytail injury. This is so good. Kendo's cut uncut is just peak. It's too good. And I believe... wait, this might... I think this is based on the Japanese version. We might not get the extra hidden items. Let's see. Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. I think some of the, like, the ammo are the herbs in the front of the RPD we might not have access to. Stuff like that. Short hair hotness, yeah. Yeah, that is one thing. It would be great if they could like modify the CG, the FMV cutscenes. That'd be incredible. I joined a gym in my sales territory, change territory, got about 3 months there. But this gym was really nice. They had a cable room. It was just cables attached to the wall. Sick. Dude, that's dope as hell, honestly. You really can. It's surprising how much work you can get done with just resistance cable machines. We are collecting a bunch of shit. I think it's 2236, right? Oh, whoops, wrong button. No. Man, I did not fucking mean to do that, you asshole. And then that allowed this guy to get over there. So I'm going to have to lead everybody to this corner. Have you ever gone over why the Silent Hill 2 remake wasn't scary like the original? No, I haven't really. I mean, I enjoyed the shit out of the Silent Hill 2 remake. I would imagine if that's the case, though, it probably has to do with the fact that it's just repeating everything that happened in Silent Hill 2 for the most part. I found some of the extra areas to be pretty effective, though, honestly. can't believe I used that herb. I'm upset with myself. How long have I been married? You know, my wife's gonna get pissed at me. We've been together for 20 years, but I think we've been married for 10, 8 or 10, something like that. But we've been together forever. Thoughts on Japanese gyms? Honestly, not bad at all, depending on what your goals are. For me, I'm more about like, so I do Dorian Yates, his Blood and Guts program, which is essentially very high weight, very low reps. So I'll start off with a warm-up. I will do probably in the neighborhood of 10 to 12 for a warm-up. And that's going to be an amount of weight that kind of gets me sweating, but doesn't necessarily stress my muscles too much. And then from there, I'll do 3 more sets, so 4 in total. The second, third, and fourth sets are going to be close to my absolute max. So I'm only ever going to get maybe 7 reps, maybe, 5, and then maybe 4 or 3 for each of them going down. So I like to use a lot of weight. And Japanese gyms aren't so great for that, but they have cable machines. The only bad side is for most of them, I can't show my tattoos, so I have to wear a hoodie to cover them up. I don't like lifting with gloves. I think it kind of, I like to viscerally hold things. You get like a feel for how things operate. But I have to wear gloves because I have finger tattoos and stuff. So I'd say that's the only real downside I can think of. Are you on Twitch? No, I used to be. I think that was back when YouTube was like punishing people for streaming if they made long form content or any other type of content. But yeah, Dorian Yoked. That guy, honestly, in terms of bodybuilding and physique cultivating, he's like a genius. I mean, he pioneered the current size metric of modern bodybuilding, essentially. And he did it by, training in a way that I respond to really well. So I got to say, the guy's fucking smart because his shit works on me. Can't pick up the ponytail. Exactly. You can hear him coming too. Yeah, that's wild. Always with a one hit. It's the same thing in the remake too, which is kind of cool. Have I played Darkwood? Cardboard Jace. Yeah, I have. I made a video about it a very long time ago. I love fucking Darkwood. You live in Japan? I do. I live in Tokyo. We're coming to you live from Tokyo right now on a rainy afternoon. Mr. Avalanche is in the Yakuza confirmed. I'm not going to lie to you. I had expectations of running into members of the Yakuza and beating their ass and then going to whatever organization that they're affiliated with and being like, I have this guy's job now because I could beat him up. Sure, you might argue that's not how things work in real life, but that's not what I'm ready to hear right now. X and D, go and give it to you. Just curious, because I was going to toss you my Amazon Prime sub. Oh, fuck. Well, hey, much appreciated, man. I may not be able to benefit from... I mean, I am on Twitch, technically. I didn't get rid of my account or anything, but I don't stream on there, so it wouldn't, you wouldn't get anything for your Prime sub, and I'd feel bad about that. What made you want to live in Japan? I've always enjoyed Japanese media, and I was learning the language. And me and my wife came here to celebrate our... We technically got married here. Legally, I can't speak on that issue. But we both just really love this country, and we have a lot of fun every time we come here. So when YouTube became a full-time job for me, we decided we should take advantage of it because who knows, you know, when an opportunity like this could ever come around in your lifetime. So, you know, you want to take advantage of it properly. So fuck it. If I can work and be mobile, might as well live in Japan, right? By the way, either to Jared, who lives there, or anyone who has visited Japan, are there any issues with bringing ibuprofen over? No. I have people bring me ibuprofen all the time because Japanese headache medicine and painkillers are not very powerful.
What are you doing? I thought you were one of them. I'm keeping a close eye on I don't know.
Who are you?
This is so fucking good. This mod is wild, and right now you can't understand anything that's going on, but there is a point where everything gets explained, and it's so fucking good. Yeah, you won't have any problems bringing ibuprofen over. You know, not huge amounts. Like you could bring one of those regular containers you could buy at the grocery store or the pharmacy or whatever. But if you're bringing like a 10-pound, you know, vat of ibuprofen, maybe it'd be an issue. Otherwise, you're fine. You don't have to declare it either. They don't care if they see it in your bag, especially if you're just visiting. Mike Murphy said, that's all right. What's the channel name? I believe it's Avalanche Reviews on Twitter as well. You'll see like similar branding, my little cartoon face here on YouTube. Much appreciated, by the way. That's very nice of you. Jared, did you get your work visa through the JET program? No, I applied to the JET program, but I have an arrest record they weren't a big fan of. Which, fair enough. It's a Japanese government program. I would imagine that they would be a little strict with who they allow to take part. Sounds like an awesome deal, to be honest. Yeah, for sure. I mean, just, you know, working as YouTube for your full-time job, obviously there are, you know, downsides. Revenue can fluctuate wildly depending on, you know, what's popular, whether or not your videos are hitting. Like right now, my revenue is in the toilet. And it's mostly my fault. I didn't upload. I keep thinking start is. I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil mods. But for like 2 months, I didn't upload. I was going through some shit and I was trying to get my head straight. And now I'm having to dig myself out of like a revenue hole. But also there have been some changes to YouTube ad revenue that has caused some content creators to lose a bit of money. So I'm kind of fighting an uphill battle. But other than the things that can be a little fucked with it, I mean, you're playing video games, you're talking to, like what we're doing right now. I'm just sitting having a discussion with, how many people are on right now? 130 some odd people. How fun is that? I'm playing Resident Evil 2. We're having fun conversations. We're talking about Japan, which is a subject I love talking about. You know, this is stuff that I'm doing that's technically good for my channel. Like you could consider me as putting in work right now. Work in quotations, right? So I don't know. There's just it's an incredible job to have. Jared, if you don't stop pressing start, I swear to God. Yeah, so it's fun in that sense, but also it allows me a lot of opportunities. I can work mobily, which means I can live here in Tokyo, and that's fucking amazing. Is the cost of living cheap? It depends. You can make it cheap for sure. Like me and Josine live in Tokyo, but not inside one of the big popular wards, you know, like Shinjuku or Shibuya or Akihabara. That would be somewhere that would be kind of expensive. But if you go to somewhere like Nakano, you can find houses and apartments for like half the amount that you would pay to live in one of the bigger parts. I mean, it's like any city in America. You can live in California and it's expensive if you go to LA or something. But if you live in like North California or something like that, it might not be too bad. So it's kind of similar in that sense. Oh, these guys are wild. So it's a zombie head model used as the texture for the entire zombie. It took me a while to figure out what the fuck they were. Revenue hole sounds like a great time to hire an unpaid intern. You know what, Benny? It's interesting you say that because I've been wanting to use a loop deck CT to sort of make my video editing more efficient. It's basically like a macro pad with a bunch of dials and wheels and macro shortcuts I could probably utilize for editing, but it costs a shit ton of money. And I was going to see if Loop Deck wanted to like work with me at all. I tried getting in touch with them via like email or something, but all I could find is your general like contact us on the website. I don't have was it X, whatever the Twitter paid membership is, and that's what you need to be able to like DM them on Twitter. So if you can get a hold of them, you will officially be my unpaid hired intern. So feel free. Jared, I swear to God, if you press start one more fucking time. Is that like where The Grudge takes place? I'll be honest with you, I haven't watched The Grudge since it came out. I have no idea where The Grudge takes place. Darcy says, what is this? Who are you and why are you streaming for Avalanche consecutively on a week-by-week basis and on time? I'm telling you, dude, shit is changing up, boys. I'm feeling... So I went through like a pretty, like a rough dark patch for a bit. And I had to sort of screw my head back on straight. And, you know, you can see even with my uploads, I've been more consistent. I've been working more easily and able to like concentrate on things and get real like excited about putting work in and stuff. Like things have been going really well for me now. And I realized that I have an issue with a very strange kind of social anxiety, and going live feels to me like a really big thing. Like, you know, when you hit the button and you're just playing a video game, it's no problem, but it's the leading up to it that's the issue for me. And I realized it's like, all right, you have to fucking do it though. You can't just all the time, you know, let anxiety stop you from doing things. So I've been trying to really put my nose to the grindstone, and, you know, this didn't correlate with me making less money, but now that I am making less money, it is good that I'm starting to put more work in. But yeah, I don't know. I've just been feeling more fulfilled, more satisfied with what I'm doing. Oh, I keep hitting start. It's pissing me off. Yeah, so I'm really stoked. I'm feeling good, man, about the future, where the channel's going. I'm enjoying the process of the games that I'm covering and the subjects that I'm working on. Like, things are... Ooh, Jared, if you hit start, I swear to fuck. Jared, I know exactly how you feel. Yeah, man, it's kind of tough. Like, you know, you have to be careful. In my type of position, you know, you don't want to complain too much, because realistically speaking, I have heaven on earth as a career in a lot of ways. So, you know, being like, oh, boo-hoo, I can't, you know, I get sad sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? It's not a great look, but, you know, just like anybody else, I can go through rough patches, and it feels good to be going through a smooth one right now. I messaged you on Discord about this, but my academic advisor literally told me to make up a company for an internship since there's not many real ones out there. Dude, listen, if you want to use my channel, fucking feel free if it, you know, gets you forward in your classes. Let's see. I missed a bunch of chat. Let me see here. Sleep in internet cafe pods, Jared. Snuggle with the cat inside. Deal. Let's see here. They do look like Sasquatches, those zombies. What does your wife do for work while living in Japan? D-Flex one. My wife right now is in college. So since her and I are married, there are certain visas where you can and can't do this, but because we're married, I get a spousal visa through her. So she's in college right now.
Look for any survivors and get out of here.
And she does a little bit of work on the side,
Right.
teaching or tutoring.
Here's a radio. Take it.
YouTube's been deciding to show me Japanese food porn videos a lot lately. I think that's the main thing I'd love to have access to. Listen, Venom Snake, I cannot describe to you how really and true this comment is. 75% of what I love about living here is the food. This fucking place has the absolute best food you've ever eaten in your entire life. It's amazing. This is one of the quantum weapons, by the way. It's so fucking good. I realized I fucked myself, though, because I can't pick up ammo for it now. Well, hopefully I take some damage. It's good to take the time you need to focus on yourself and get in the right headspace to do these. Your videos are still amazing. Thank you, man. Much appreciated. Yeah, I you know, for the longest time I was just sort of trying to tough guy my way through it, and then I kind of realized, listen, man, you gotta fucking relax. Getting shit done is important, but making sure that you can live as a human being is pretty up there as well. These guys are like super strong unless you hit them with those quantum weapons. Fuck. Okay, this might be an issue. Okay, maybe I could take one hit and that'll get me out of the corner. Oh god, they're so strong. Okay. I mean, I don't need to kill these guys, right? I could just duck the fuck out of here. All right, peace out, fool. Oh, okay, I guess not. God, if I only had that quantum weapon ammo, we'd be good. And I didn't save it, of course. I think we all know that that's not a thing that I do. God, I'm so stupid. I'm gonna waste like all of my handgun ammo here. Oh, shit on me. This is not a good series of events to have been locked into. You know what? If we die and have to restart, is it going to be the worst thing in the world? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm not going to waste all of my handgun ammo. Let's just fucking... We're going to do this the right way. You can tell it's quantum weapon, because it's... Exactly. What happens when her education visa finishes if you're there as a spouse and attached to that? I would lose my visa at that point, yeah. So the idea is that we have a couple of different ways to go about this. We can potentially get a visa through my work here at YouTube. It does tend to be a little more difficult. It's a little more, there's less information about, I think it's called an entertainer's visa here in Japan. So there's less information out there about it. We'd probably have to hire an immigration lawyer, which is fine. You know, I'm willing to do that to stay here. But we could do that, or Josine could get a full-time job, and that company would sponsor her visa, and then through that I would have a spousal visa as well, which honestly is a pretty easy way to go about it. But you know, the guy inside me wants for my wife to be able to continue not having to work a full-time job if possible. You know, I mean, if it ends up having to happen, you know, it's got to happen. But it would be nice if I could continue to allow her to just sort of pursue her goals instead of having to work full-time, and I could just do YouTube. That'd be nice. But if not, she could get a job, or she could continue an education and pursue a doctorate or something like that, which would be kind of incredible, honestly, to think about. But yeah, that's an option. So we've got a lot of things we could do for a visa. And at the moment, she is about to get her associates. So we have 2 more years until we really have to worry about that problem.
What's going
But
on
yeah,
in this
we will
town?
definitely cross that bridge when we get to it. Jared, would you shave your beard? Not on purpose, I don't think.
But
Jared Declare, go for Rebecca's hair. Douglas Monroe, I don't know if you were around, but you're about to see. You know what? I'm not even going to ruin it. You're going to see what happened to her hair. What the fuck? I don't remember this in RE2. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of moments like that. Yeah, they did kill Leon. Is Leon going to make it through? I don't want to ruin that either, because for anybody who's just joining us and they're saying, like, I don't remember this in RE2, yeah, this is a great screen for you to be looking at. This is going to set up what's going to come from here on out. Gigolo arc, dude. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that I could. I mean, realistically speaking, too, if it came down to it and it was an emergent, because me and Josine really enjoy living here in Japan, and we'd be willing to, you know, make a lot of sacrifices, and we have in order to live here. I could get a full-time job and do YouTube on the side. I think that that would, you know, significantly decrease the amount of content that I could work on. So, if possible, it'd be nice to avoid that. But, you know, I mean, if it happens. But here's the problem. I would have to find a job, and they do exist, but they're not super common. That would be okay with hand tattoos and neck tattoos and stuff like that. I was at a hardcore show on Wednesday, and I was talking to a guy who's covered in tattoos, but he has a job with a Japanese company, so it's definitely possible to get your visa through that. By the way, Douglas Monroe, this is what happened. Make her work overtime, and when she gets home, just tell her how hard your day was because you forgot to get into quantum bullet.
What was that?
Dude, honestly, she has no idea how hard I work. Chillest gamer. I like that. Well, you know, I think honestly, I'll never be a very good streamer because I'm a little too relaxed. I kind of just hang out. I'm like, holy shit, did you guys see that? You know, like I don't think I'm a good streamer because of that. I need to be less chill. Yeah, fuck off. I thought that would stop that from happening. I got a few of them now. Ah, shit on you, fucker. Yeah, suck it. I don't want to have to worry about these guys anymore. I mean, I'm not going to have to because Mr. X, but whatever. I wonder if you can just DIY get your visa as an English teacher without using the JET program. Yeah, for sure. If you have a college degree here, you can get hired by the Board of Education, and you don't have to go through what's called a... Oh, fuck, what do they call them? A dispatch company, which is like a middleman that hires you out to the Board of Education and gets you a job. If you're in the country and you have a bachelor's degree, a 4-year degree in a... you know, accredited university, you're good. You can get a job doing anything for the most part. Like if I wanted to right now, I could work at McDonald's if I wasn't covered in tattoos. And that would get me a visa, no problem. And, you know, if they were willing to, they could sponsor my visa and I'd be set to go. So there's you know, a pretty okay amount of options here. I would say it's roughly more difficult in order to getting a visa in America is a much longer process, but it can be a little easier to get work in America than it is Japan. In Japan, essentially, if you don't have a 4-year degree, they don't give a shit. They don't fucking care about you, and they're not willing to work with you. There are some like miracle stories of people lucking into jobs that were willing to sponsor their visas but did not require them to have a 4-year degree. But you really can't count on that because it's not a reliable thing. Dilly the guy says, your calm voice and feelings on video games are why we like you, man. Don't change. Oh, definitely. I'm not planning on changing. I just feel like I might do better at social media as a career if I weren't so laid back, maybe. I could claim Carmela as my anchor child. That's true. She is a Japanese cat. This is a fact. You know what? I wonder if that liquor will stay there. Because once you put the fire out, he disappears. But I wonder if I triggered his existence just now, and if that means he's going to stay there. Interesting idea. We're going to come back through here anyway, so we might as well. We did things the most inefficient way possible, just because. Where was I originally from? I was born in Miami, and I lived in South Florida for most of my life. But I moved around. I lived in Tennessee, Georgia. Where else? There's a few other places I don't remember. Mostly South Florida, though. Bachelor's degree is 3 years in the UK, 4 years in the USA. Masters are 1 year, and I believe 2 in the USA. Interesting. So you guys get a 3-year bachelor's. That's pretty nice. That's dope. Benny says, I may have gotten contact info for Loop Deck already. Damn. See, I knew if I put you on it, it would be... I was going to actually message you about that. I haven't had a chance to. Dude, that's sick. Fuck yeah. Send me a DM, please. I like your chill vibes. Thank you. The vibes are... I gotta admit, relatively chill around here. No, to be fair, though, too, a lot of it has to do with the people that come in here to these streams. It's just a really relaxed sort of environment, and people, you know, don't lose their minds here over little petty things, which is nice. We have some pretty in-depth conversations about some, what you could call relatively controversial subjects, and people here tend to keep a pretty even keel. I mean, we even fuck with each other about stuff. It's a really nice spot to be in. You know, there's a lot of people here that have disagreements about different things, but we're all just kind of hanging out and speaking on stuff we agree on for the most part. But when there is a disagreement, it's usually pretty civil here, and I like that a lot. I don't know if that's I lucked into a good audience or if I attracted a good audience, but either way, I'm pretty stoked about that. You now have a giant wall of text in Discord. Good luck, my mostly dyslexic, mostly illiterate friend. It's not good news. Well, fuck, Benny. You shouldn't have said that. I would have been excited. Jared, I work at Bojangles. Dude, no fucking way. Josine's favorite chicken place of all time is Bojangles. Amazing. So he says, the thing is, I don't have a debit bank card or account. My boss did, however, give me a paycheck which serves the same purpose, but I have to activate it through ADP. What is ADP? I've never heard of that before. Mac McCullough says, where are you from? At my place, it's like 5 in the morning. I'm in Tokyo, and it is 1 p.m. here right now. Relax your anus. Don't tell me what to do, David. My anus stays tight. I got those Kegels going, baby. That's what that is when you flex your butthole a bunch. That's called Kegels, right? I want to watch some Darkwood retrospective, but I don't want spoilers. You know, that's kind of tough because a lot of just the regular shit that happens in Darkwood, you could see as a spoiler because of how, man, that game does some shit to fuck with you. I will say that there's no story spoilers in my video, but also that video is very old and I'm not very confident in my older content, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend that you go check that out. I should keep one green herb with me for that red herb that I'll find in the library. Automatic data processing. Oh, it's a payroll company. Interesting. All right. You can install on your computer and smartphone. So it like distributes your money to you kind of like a bank would? That's interesting. I never heard of that. Just jumped on Daymare Sandcastle. It's fun. Not bad. Yeah, it definitely is. You know, there's some hiccups in the gameplay and stuff like that, but overall it's pretty good. I like that series. I remember when the first one came out. You know, that's the team that was working on the Resident Evil 2 remake. And then Capcom was like, please, we're trying to remake this game. Don't do this to us. But they handled it really nicely. And those guys seem to be really cool. I made a video on their game, and I was pretty, I wouldn't say like hard on it, but I pointed out all the flaws that I ran into, including some very stilted voice dialogue. And they were like, yeah, we really appreciate you checking out the game. We'll take your criticisms to heart. Thanks so much for being brutally honest. And I was like, damn, that's a really nice outlook to have as a game developer, for sure. Greetings from the EU then. Greetings, man. Welcome.
Who are you?
ATS Eraser is in Brazil. Interesting. Man, we have a very international group every time we stream. Hey, DMT, what's up, dude? Michigan. My wife is from Michigan. She used to live there. Detroit specifically. Don't need any of that. See, this is cool too. What I like about this chat is it's, all right, yeah, everybody's here like asking me questions or speaking with me, but then people start kind of get to talking, and I've seen genuine and honest like relationships sort of form here in chat or through my Discord or other like support platforms. It's really dope. They're like content creators who will follow me, and then they'll maybe support me or become active in my chat or my comments or something like that. And then I start to notice people who like support me are in their comments now. And I don't know, it's a really cool little shared cinematic universe, if you will. Honestly, I should have brought the grenade launcher here, but I'm worrying that I won't be able to defeat the Kendos from another timeline. Weird enough, I was recently playing the fixed RE 1.5 build. Some locations in RE2 remake were there. Really? I haven't played the latest Magic Zombie Door build. Being able to take constructive criticism, 100% good trait for sure. In my latest Resident Evil clone video, there were a few developers who had that same sort of attitude, like, hell yeah, we appreciate the criticisms, and like it's valuable for us, which is dope. Because the point of making those videos and having criticisms is you want people to actually see what they're in for, but B, because a lot of these indie developers do pay attention to even YouTubers like myself, relatively small in the grand scheme of things, they pay attention to stuff from even people like me who, I'm not a huge million subscriber channel. What was I going in here for? I think it's a first aid spray in this drawer, so I might not care, but you never know. Yeah, we're not taking that. You guys know the rules. But the second purpose is just so that they know that this is a thing that's happening, and this is somebody. I have like a platform in order to like display these things. So they're like, oh shit, I didn't know, I didn't realize blank was going on. It's like I'm a game tester or something like that, which is really dope, because when developers watch my videos like that, potentially any of the hiccups that I run into, other people don't have to worry about. Cardboard J says, I love your channel, Jared. I don't catch your streams much, but I do when I can, and often use your retrospectives as background noise for sleeping. Hey, much appreciated, man. Coming from a fellow I need YouTube to sleep guy. Hey, okay, I like that. Christian Sabin, hi from the UK. Just chilling. Hell yeah, dude, chill it up. This is a very chill zone right now. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the lighter because last time that's what really screwed us. Is not enough. Fuck, but we. We might be okay. Only Discord I'm in is Freedom Wars and The Division. They are chill. Freedom Wars, is that Japanese? That was on Vita, right? I like the look of that game. King Swoogs. Great name. So yo, what's up, Jared? Love your content, dude. Get stoked every time you upload or stream. Super relaxing from one horror geek to another. Thank you. Hell yeah, dude. You know, it's interesting. My earlier videos, I don't think you could really call them relaxing. I tried to talk really fast, and I didn't know how to speak into a microphone. So I did like this kind of voice. I don't know why. And I like projected really hard for some reason. I thought that if you were doing YouTube, you had to like do this with your voice. And it's very strange. But as I started to learn how to sort of more naturally speak in my own voice when I record it, which I'm still learning how to do, by the way. It's kind of tough to hit record on the microphone and read something that's been written down in a way that you would normally speak it naturally. That is not the easiest thing in the world. I know it doesn't necessarily sound like it, but it can be a little difficult, and I'm still mastering that. But as I do, I find that I settle into a more just basically how we're speaking right now, just a pretty calm, relaxed sort of demeanor, because for the most part, that's, who I am. And it feels really good to recently being within the last like 4 years or so, to be able to settle into a more authentically me type of presentation style, I guess. An avalanche review for Kingdom Hearts 1 Chain of Memories 2. Honestly, the only Kingdom Hearts game I really, really enjoyed was Birth by Sleep on the PSP. That was a good time. Brooks with $9.99. Thank you very much, man. Hello from Chicago. What's up, dude? First time watching a stream, but I've been working from home since COVID and playing yours and Squillakillas. Never heard of that guy. Videos during work hours has kept me sane. Thanks for your company. Hey, man. Glad to help, dude. Work day go by just a little bit faster. I can definitely help with that. I do the same thing when I'm editing a video. If I'm once I've already set audio levels correctly, I tend to just put on other people's YouTube videos as I'm editing. And then I go through this constant process of alt-tabbing into their video to pause, alt-tabbing back into Resolve in order to like hear what I just edited or something. And it's just this it slows me down like a motherfucker, but it's worth it because it keeps my brain nice and sane. There we go. Fuck, I was hoping that would hit more people. That's alright, we can use some handgun rounds. No biggie. Okay, I think they're all down. Alright. Just, what was that, 1 or 2? Just 1 fucking grenade round? That's good. Something, let me read this here. Something I love most about these streams, days after they've ended, I'll be doing some task or whatever and randomly think of something dumb and funny that Jared said, and then just, it's an automatic good day. Hell yeah, dude. You got a double value for these things. Yeah, Birth by Sleep was fun. I liked that character with the blue hair, the girl. She was like the coolest Kingdom Hearts character to me. I don't really super get into Kingdom Hearts, but I really like the idea of it. I think a lot of people tend to shit on the idea that it's just, you know, Disney and Final Fantasy put together. But when that idea was pitched to me, I was like, oh, dude, fuck yeah, that sounds cool as hell. Just Google Kendo's cut. Sounds interesting. So does he show up throughout the game? Yes, he does. As a matter of fact, we're about to find that out right now, Greg. Is there any change in the gameplay? Yeah, this is basically like an arranged mod. In terms of gameplay, progression, and item placement. But then in terms of like cutscenes and story, totally different. It's very cool. Ozo Evil, 5 pounds. Thank you very much. Hello, my number one lullaby. Hell yeah, dude. What's up?
There's no reason for us to stay any longer than necessary. Let's split up, look for any...
For those of you who are just joining us and wondering why Claire has a bandage around her head, her ponytail has been shot off by Kendo.
Here's a radio.
So
Take it.
now you're up to speed. Aqua, that's her name. Yeah.
Keep in touch if anything happens.
Yeah, I really like Birth by Sleep. That was a good time. That was back when I had first hacked my PSP, and I was like, dude, I'm playing every PSP game that ever came out. The Quantum Gun. Okay, so this is the... Yeah. There we go. Now we're doing all right. I don't think there's gonna... Yeah. So this is the Japanese version. All the extra items are gone. Sadly. We're... I would say we're gonna beat this game today. I think so.
No.
Nobody fucks with the Quantum Kendos. Alright, I'm gonna take my previous strategy again. We're cornering ourselves here. Strategically. Hopefully you've noticed the sound effects of this gun. And how they are basically just a toy laser sound effect. Which is my favorite thing ever. Quantum Kendos. Down. And we used exactly the amount of ammo that I would have wanted to. Perfect. We're doing it. For some reason, it won't let me get this image, and I don't know what it is. Through the cutscene, you can't really tell. Squillakilla does a ton of like no-hit level 1 Soulsborne playthroughs. Interesting. You know, I've been really into... Fuck, what is his name? Oh, this is going to kill me. Hold on. I like that kind of like challenge run style of content. Hold on, what is this guy? I'm going to have to look this up real quick. Hold on. This is very important for my process. Let's see here. Senza, that's his name. YouTuber Senza. Really good like challenge run type of videos where he tries to beat games without taking any damage or something wild like that. Really good stuff. And Casp, who does like a lot of RPG style challenge runs, like beating a game using only items or at like minimum level, stuff like that. Oh yeah, I would imagine Kingdom Hearts has a manga series. That's probably really popular. More mature and violent than the games. Interesting. This mod's blowing my mind. Dude, it gets so much crazier. You have no fucking idea. It's so good. Why are we going this way? We shouldn't be, Jared. There's no need for this. It's just the sound of quantum death. That's true. All right. Oh, good. All right, sick. You know, at first I wasn't really down with the ideas, or with the idea of Resident Evil randomizers. A big part of what I like about these games is sort of booting them up and essentially making the same decisions I made when I was a teenager and playing it. You know what I mean? You just fall into a pattern of playing it the same way that you always have. So I kind of stayed away from a lot of the like BioRan stuff. But I'm kind of feeling it now. After playing a bunch of... By the way, the next video is going to be Resident Evil mods and fan games. A lot of like 2D beat-em-ups. There's a point-and-click Resident Evil. A bunch of like basic fan entries in the series, like Resident Evil Crossfire. Return to Sheena Island. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff I'm going to be talking about. It's very cool. I think it's 17 pages, the script right now. Hey, Grabahasty, what's up, dude? Oh, shit. Okay, hold on one second. Sick, that was dope. Do you have a game that you love watching other people play? For me, it's Friday the 13th NES game. That had a great soundtrack. Let's see. Games that I like to watch other people play. I like to watch people who are really good at Stalker play some of those Stalker modes that, you know, where if you die, you lose your character, basically, like a permadeath style thing. I really like watching people who are super good at FPS games play Stalker, but especially when they're playing a mod that has really realistic damage values, like you die from a couple of bullets or something. We'll keep you around. We'll go ahead and do this because we can grab that other gem real quick. But I think for the moment, we'll do this. A little more bang for our buck. Also, we might... Did we already save it? Might as well save again, right? We're not going for A rank. Suckadick said, I made a lot of bad decisions as a teenager. Boy, do I know that fucking song. Ever played Silent Hill 2 beat 'em up for the Dreamcast? No, but the Resident Evil beat 'em ups I was playing are on the same engine, the Open BOR, Beats of Rage. Do we have that red herb? Oh, we do. Okay, perfect. This is the best. Fuck, it's tough to say, honestly, because there's so many good save room themes. Fuck, we forgot this. RE2 is amazing. I think Code Veronica has to be in the running for #1 for sure. But it's not like Resident Evil 1's is a slouch. That's another one of those subjects where it's just like, depends on the day. However I'm feeling at the moment when people ask me. Don't ask me why I'm organizing my fucking item box. I don't know. I can't tell you. But it would be nice if all the weapons were in one place and all the usable items were in another. Are you going to do a review of the Fallout series someday? Jorge, I'm not really sure. I've talked about this with other series like Devil May Cry and Metal Gear Solid, where I don't really have that drive to cover them in that kind of an in-depth way, even though I do enjoy them, you know, because I really love Fallout 2. That's an incredible fucking video game. And I put, you know, a good 30, 40 hours into Fallout 3 before I got bored with it, but it was a fun time regardless. But I just don't know that I have that fucking, like, I need to talk about this kind of feeling with that game. I don't know. It's tough. I don't want to say never, because who knows what I want to cover in the future. My content is just whatever I'm feeling at the moment for the most part. But at the moment right now, I would say I'm not really feeling any Fallout content. Probably not. Stalker Anomaly, Azrael mode. Yeah, exactly. Respawn is nearby stalkers. Yeah, and then you can only save at fires and stuff and not... Or when you sleep, I think it is, and you can't sleep when any enemies are around or when you're irradiated. It's good stuff, dude. So watch this. This is the trick right here. Yo. Always got a bait. I think there's some green herbs here, right? No, you fucker. Did you enjoy that game made/published by the Grumps? Yeah, I just talked about it. It made me angry that the text option didn't match what was being said. I mean, I get why, but still. Oh, yeah. When you're after the murderer shows up and you're trying to talk to people about shit and your character is just like, how have you been? Every time you pick the other. Yeah, honestly, I had a really good time with that. I did not expect it to go the way that it did, and I'm really happy it did that. Like, I didn't watch any reviews of it, so I didn't know what to expect, and it took me for a fucking ride for sure. Your favorite son just made a video on Code Veronica. Yep. Exactly. And I watched that video and I was like, dude, I'm so happy he said that, because he's been talking to me through the process of making those videos. Like, you know, what's the best port? What's the one everybody likes versus the one nobody likes? That kind of stuff. And I was hoping he would have the correct opinion about Code Veronica. And here we are. Definitely something going on in this building. That dumb Netflix series with the Limp Bizkit intro. I haven't actually watched it because the last Devil May Cry anime was pretty awful. But I like that they had a Limp Bizkit intro, honestly. I've been feeling nu metal lately in a way that I just can't describe. Been a good time. It's like a very nostalgic style of music for me. Did I ever play through Blue Stinger for the Dreamcast? I did in my Resident Evil clone video, but I never did like a full in-depth video on it, which I know Grabahassi in the chat will never forgive me for. But in the future, when I do cut, which I will at some point, talk about Blue Stinger, I'm definitely going to mention... Oh, you fucker, I thought I had quick turned. God damn it. Anyways, I'm definitely going to cover the Japanese version, which has a lot of sort of quasi-fixed camera angles. It's going to make for a fun time. Toxic K9 says, I've never seen your face till now. You have a great beard. Thank you. Much appreciated. I just trimmed it, actually. I've been trying to fight the urge to trim it, and I relented and I trimmed it just a little bit, but it's going to grow better now, I think. Am I looking forward to Onimusha 2 Remastered? Yeah, absolutely. And Post-Trauma, yes. It's Post-Trauma. It was so cool to see that game actually have like a story to show off in that trailer. It's very cool because I played it back when it was just that one demo, and you couldn't necessarily get a feel for what was going on with it. Like gameplay, you got an idea of the vibe it was going for, but it was not specific in any way. Avalanche likes new metal? Dude, I do. And I like new metal too. There's some good stuff out there. Toxic, I think is their name. They have a song called, hold on, let me see. Toxic Band. They have a music video for a song. No, that's not you. It's a different. Okay, hold on. Now I have to open up fucking iTunes. I swear their name's Toxic. Let me see. I'm trying to see. There we go. Recently added. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I know everybody cares so much about this. This is why nobody comes to my streams. Okay, their name is Scum, but the album is Toxic. That was okay. So SKUM, and they have a song called "Good Things Make Me Feel Bad." Very good stuff. Oh, great! Now I forgot their name too. Dark Complex, DARKE, Complex. Very good music as well. Happy Accident 1987 with $2. Thank you very much. Would I review Fear and Hunger? Maybe. You know, to be honest with you, that looks like the type of game that I would rather see people talk about in videos than actually play myself. If I'm being totally honest. But I would not rule out the possibility of covering it. I'd have to play it and see how I feel about the game first, for sure. I keep telling myself it'll be a Christmas video since the game will take place then. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know what song I'm going to play throughout the entire video. It's going to be that fucking Christmas theme. In the store. Okay, we'll go upstairs and we'll do the 2 rupees real quick. Oh, for sure. The intro song for the original DMC anime was fucking goated, dude. Wow, now, 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 now. No, it wasn't the intro song. It was just the song in episode 1, I think it was. Either way, I have it downloaded. It's very, very good. I listen to that a lot. Oh, why did I... Fucker. I was looking at chat and not the screen, and then I was thinking he was in front. Oh, God damn it. Unnecessary fucking damage. I like the old anime myself. It's charming. I never got more than like 3 episodes into it every time I tried, but it's been years and years and years. I don't know if the Kingsfield games are your bag, but it would be sick to see those videos. And a video on Shadow Tower Abyss. I'd probably be more likely to play Shadow Tower Abyss than Kingsfield, to be honest. The Kingsfield games are a really good origin point, but man, they're very low tech, you could say, maybe. But if you want to see a really great video on that whole franchise, including Shadow Tower, Madular, amazing YouTuber. He did a video on Kingsfield, and these are big, you know, 2-hour long retrospectives. 0% chance you don't enjoy that. It's very, very good. No, I agree, Gravahassi. That'd be amazing if I walked into a shop in like Shibuya or something and they're playing that Christmas store theme. Personally, I come here because you're the #1 best gaming channel on the entire internet. That's a good reason. Thank you, DMT. I wonder if I could just do this entire thing. Okay, I guess. No! My controller! Okay. I did not freak out. Everything's fine. When you saw Claire continue to walk like that, I wasn't doing it. My controller lost sync or something and it had to get turned back on. Oh. God, man, I was doing shoulders last night and I think I engaged too much of my upper back. Your boy is sore. Salve Monesville. I remember that name. You were on the last stream, right? Last week? I remember names I can't pronounce very well. Of course, on the subject of new metal, I still enjoy the classics. I'm a big enjoyer of Orgy. Both the act and the band. But that album Candy Ass, and then what was the one after that? Vapor Transmission? Ooh. We're talking good stuff, dude. Okay, now where are... Oh, that's right, all right. I know where we're headed. I love everything from your show to you as a human being and your personality. Thank you, dude. This channel is #1. No gaming channel should be more successful than yours. You know what? I think I can agree with you on that. It should be illegal for anybody else to be more successful than me. With $2, Salve. Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Salve or is it salve? Because it depends. If it's like... If it's like a Latino name, I'm saying it right. But if not, I'm definitely not. If it's like Slavic in some way, I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that. Damn, all the YouTube reviewers I watch are dipping into streaming a lot recently. I've been streaming for like the last 5 years, I think. But the problem is for the last year or so, I've been sort of really lax on when I do it. And I might only do it like once a month. But I've decided recently, once a week minimum. But I think I'm going to start doing twice a week too. It's just fun as hell, man. And then, you know, I'm just playing a video game and people are chilling. So it's like, I don't know why I wouldn't do this. You be having orgies? Nah. I like to make it sound like I do, though. For a married guy, I don't have as many orgies as you might imagine. Oh, so I am pronouncing it right. Nice. I've been watching your channel for ages, long before the face reveal, I think. Hell yeah, dude. When I first started, we're talking about like 12, I think maybe 13 years ago, a long time ago. I used to do this video series called Talking Points. And the first time that I kind of introduced the series, and for the first few, I would actually be on camera when I talked about things. It's really embarrassing. I recommend you do not go and watch those. But I keep all of my content uploaded. Because, yeah, I don't know. It feels like if I was going to delete something, it would be because it was really, really poorly made. Or, you know, maybe I said something in it that was just off the wall, incorrect, or, you know, something. But I don't really like the idea of deleting my old videos, even though they are very embarrassing. So all of my old content is still up. And if you go to the very first things I uploaded, it is a fucking shit show. It's really bad. But bad in that charming kind of way. Especially if you see where I went to now. For me, it's mostly like my voiceovers and recording quality and my capture quality. My editing obviously has gotten better, although still not good. Oh, shit. Quantum Kendos. Oh, fuck. Okay. There's a way around this. And then on the outside, you motherfuckers, no one can ever touch me. I'm too good. And there you have it. Didn't you do one on Jim Sterling about 11 or 12 years ago? Yeah, I forget what that was covering. Oh. It said something. I completely forget. I did do that for sure, though. I don't remember exactly why. We should put away the quantum ammo, maybe. My first upload's still up, and I legit don't know what the fuck I posted it for. You could say that about a lot of my content. Don't feel bad. Ammo and weapons here. Okay, yeah. Easy dodging. Yeah, you don't get much better than me. I'm the best there ever was. Okay, I think... What haven't we unlocked yet? Go through there. Yes. Okay. So we have 2... Yeah, all right. We're headed in the right direction. We're doing good. But... we'll see how acid rounds work. Maybe explosive rounds would be better because there's so many zombies in this hallway. But really and true, you could dodge them all too, though. Let's see. So maybe... Well, there's one over here I know. Yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, they're not the hardest spread to dodge in this hallway. But I usually kill them all just because you're going to have to perform that specific dodge every time you come in here. Oh, shit. This is so funny. This is so fucking good.
Whore! What are you doing?
Go get it.
God damn, this is so good. Acid rounds, very well done. Much appreciated. Derek B52 says, so Avalanche in chat. Anyone here have any funny early YouTube posting stories? Mine is I used to put a camcorder in the kitchen dish cabinet and aim it at the TV. Use the plates or books to prop it up. Okay, so I have one in that same sort of vein. I had no idea how people... I was the lead singer for a very long time for a death metal band. So I understood the process of like speaking into a microphone and using different components. But, and this is showing how old I am. I didn't know how to involve that with computers. Like, I didn't know how to get my my voice into the computer, but I did video edit. Let me get back in here. I did get a start in video editing from taking old camcorder footage from like hardcore and death metal shows and using a what was the brand called? Pinnacle composite capture USB device. And I used that to take footage from like hardcore shows, put them on my PC and edit them around and put music to them and stuff like that. I would get like footage of like people moshing super gnarly or fighting each other. It was really fun. But I knew how to do that. So what I would do is I would take my camcorder. This is a Sony 8mm Handycam, right? And I would hold it. I would put my elbow on the desk like this. And I had my script in front of me. And I would speak into the microphone of the camcorder while recording with the lens cap on. So I was just getting audio into an 8mm cassette, right? And then I remember I did this for the first, like, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 videos that I made, potentially. And I would speak into the camcorder's microphone on the front of the camcorder and then capture with a composite capture device the audio from that. I would capture the video and everything. Then I would take the audio, put it into my video editing device, delete the video track, and just keep the audio of my voiceover. That's how I used to do voiceovers on Avalanche reviews. So very kind of similar, janky ass, use what's available situation. Good time. Real good time. I don't even think there's anything in here for me to get. But you never know. God damn it, I knew it. There's nothing in here for me to even fuck with. Jared, you did it again. Oh, okay. Totally worth it. 100% worth it. Agreed. The gore system in RE2 Remake is still very impressive. And it's one of the most everybody's disappointed with RE3 for the missing content, which is a good reason to be. But I'm more disappointed the gore system didn't get carried over. It was kind of nerfed. Also, check this out. It would be bad manners. And it would also allow me to fucking... What's that word in speedrunning? Sequence break? That's right. I'm a speedrunner now. Oh, I couldn't see myself. That's my excuse. Okay. I don't necessarily have an excuse for that. Why is there a zombie right there? What the fuck is going on? I've never seen one right there. He wasn't even there before. Where's the guy on the floor? Is there no... Look at, there's a zombie in the hallway. What the fuck is going on? I'm not happy about this. There we go, baby. My first few videos were just vlogs, comedy skits, vocal covers, magic tricks. Then I started at Valentine Productions when I was 12 years old. Interesting. Multimedia production company. And eventually I started the DMT Infinity brand. Internet series a few years later. I got you. Oh, gee, damn, that's a long time ago, man. I think my channel might be 12 years old. Hold on, let's see. What do I go to here? My YouTube channel. I still have my intro from, I mean, easily, I think it is like around 10 to 12 years old. So if you go to my YouTube channel right now, where is it at? Motherfucker. Yeah, view your channel. There you go. The intro for my, or did I get rid of it? I'm not sure. But the intro for my old videos is still playing. I've never uploaded anything new to the channel. Let's see here. Joined 2011. Yeah. So that's 13 years. Roundabout. October 2011. Yeah. Or 14. Somewhere in that neighborhood. I don't do math well. I don't do much of anything well. I'm a YouTuber. That's true. Only Silent Hill 2 lets you climb through the holes in the walls. Is that actual flavor text or just from this mod? Just from this mod. Because in the actual game, that would occur when you had access to that room already. So these guys like move backwards like that. You see him going? That's wild. Oh, where'd he go? I don't even know if I'm shooting him. Is he dead? All right, fuck it. I mean, okay. Look at this. Like, how am I supposed to fight this thing? What is he doing? I would say this is probably my least favorite inclusion in the mod, just because they don't really add anything. They just walk backwards. And that's like, that's not cool. Oh! He has like that manly scream. The only good Western Silent Hill for me is Shattered Memories. Shattered Memories was great, but honestly, Origins... I mean, the story is obviously very problematic if you follow Silent Hill lore. It's a really good game gameplay-wise, though. Fuck you and your stupid asshole. I'm not happy with you. Oh, you fuck. I hate you. Look at that. I had just gotten myself back to fine. Can anybody tell that the game hates me? You know what? I'm just going to have to use the mixed herb now. Lord. I miss the days when you uploaded JRPG content on your channel, Jared. Listen, those days are coming right back. I've been in the background working on a fan translation video, and it's like 42 or 46 pages long right now, and it's easily 2/3 just turn-based RPGs. So you're gonna get a shit ton of those, don't worry. But I still want to work on that video series I did, obscure and underrated RPGs. because that was a lot of fucking fun. So I definitely will do more of those. I need a little bit of time because to capture footage of RPGs requires you to play them for a really long time. And I've been so focused on getting shit done lately that I can't take as much time on the side to record. Because what I'll do is I'll have, you know, maybe I'm going to cover a game like Sorry We're Closed. And as I'm maybe editing or writing the script for that, I'll start recording footage of a game on the side. And usually that'll be like a, you know, JRPG or something like that. But at the moment, I don't have as much time to fuck around with stuff like that. But it'll come back, don't worry. I really love those videos. Kendo just randomly standing there. Yeah, I'll probably emulate Origins at some point. It looks decent. Haven't played it yet, though. Oh, awesome. Yeah, it really is surprisingly good in terms of, you know, your more Silent Hill style of progression and exploration and puzzle solving. It's got a little bit of that Western feel to it, but not so much that you can't really suss out that it's a honest-to-goodness Silent Hill game, which is nice. You know, I really love the fire rounds just because they look cool. I actually found Avalanche for Final Fantasy, but stayed for the Horde. Dude, that's dope. Hell yeah. Oh, here's another different thing for the mod. Claire meets Ada. For a PS1 game, that facial texture is so good.
My name's Claire. What's yours?
Derek says, sorry, I'm a bit of a chatterbox right now. No, no worries, man. You're in chat to chat. Nothing wrong with that.
One of those reporter types, always looking for a scoop. I heard he was locked up in the cell block, only there's a wrecked car.
Random, but I just see someone mention Darkwood earlier. Yeah, we were talking about it. Yeah, Darkwood rules, man. The sections that take place at night in Darkwood, where you're sleeping in the house or trying to stay alive during the nighttime, that's some of the most effective horror gaming, period. Like, at one point, I was held up in my house, and I noticed light coming through my windows. And the way Darkwood works is, if your view is blocked by something, you can't see past it. So like if you're in a house and you board up the windows, where normally you'd have a cone of vision outside the windows, it's just all black. So you can only see inside the room that you're in. And then I start noticing light shining through my windows, and then someone starts knocking on the front door. And I don't go outside, but you can see light coming through and you can hear people screaming. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So then morning comes and I walk outside. They had burnt somebody, a character I'd run into before, on the front lawn of the house I was staying at. I was like, that's it. This is the fucking coolest game I've ever played. Is Kendo gonna kill Ada? No, you'll see what happens. It's interesting. Why does the truck say GMP? Kendo reference.bmp. Yeah, exactly. This whole game is filled with shit like that. Zach B says, first time catching the stream. This channel was the catalyst for my first attempt playthrough of RE, and my life is substantially improved. Hell yes, Zach. Dude, that's sick. Good to hear, man. Fuck. That's awesome. I blame the PS1 for my taste in women. There is no more true statement than that. Put the glass down. Fuck. And still I take damage. Oh, I'm so mad. I should have put the glass down faster. I thought I had time. I should have known this is the Kendo's cut. That was my mistake. The fact that your casings bounce off of the environment is a really underrated bit of immersion, I would say. Not yet, because the crossbow is coming up. All right, nothing. Okay, we can come back here. Came for the Resident Evil and Silent Hill reviews. Stayed for King Ava. That, you know, that's what I name myself in RPGs now, as AVA. You know what? I'll take it. But I'm not happy that zombies have spawned in this hallway. Oh! Ya boy. Dodgy McDodgerton. Do you agree that Final Fantasy 2, 8, and 13 are the black sheep of the series? Yes. I didn't find 13 to be really fun, personally. I really enjoy... Oh! Quantum Kendo. Fuck. I really enjoyed 8, but I thought that it was like a weird Final Fantasy game. A lot of its mechanics were kind of annoying. Like the junctioning system was an awesome idea, but I didn't like the idea that I would have to draw magic from a bunch of people and then never be able to use it. Like if I junctioned flare to my strength, every single flare spell that I would use would be, you know, taking away from my stats, and that makes me like, fuck, I can't use any ammo. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff like that where I'm like, I would rather that wasn't the case. But it's like, it's a solid role-playing game. It's just, you know, I feel like it didn't need to have all that stuff in it. I like the story, I like the graphics, I like the general progression, and the music is amazing, you know. Salve, thank you very much, man. I think that's $10. Much appreciated. All right, so how would you make survival horror more realistic and immersive without going overboard? For instance, I go for realistic weapon damage, destructive environments, etc. Better AI would be great too. I think that would be, I mean, for sure. Better AI. I would say environments, maybe not necessarily fully destructive, but your weapon should have some sort of an impact on the environment, which would be nice. Blowing out glass in a window, perhaps. But what I think would be really fun, and it's something I ran into with a few of the Resident Evil clones that I played, I would like a more realistic reload system, where kind of like how Daymare 1998 had, I believe that was the first game, where if you reload, you could either reload with a magazine you loaded in your inventory, or you could do it bullet by bullet. And also, if you reload before emptying a magazine, you would lose the rounds that were in that magazine. You'd have to drop them and pick them up afterwards. No, it was the Mute House that has that reload system. I thought that was really good, and I'd like to see more stuff like that. In terms of realism, though, I think, you know, a good thing about survival horror is that balance between quote-unquote realism and survival horror gameplay, which can be very unrealistic in the sense that we have to gather together stones with certain shapes on them to put them behind a painting in order to get access to, you know, fucking Iron's, what is it, taxidermy dungeon? You know, so there's elements of survival horror that I think should stay kind of stupidly video gamey, like the puzzles and stuff like that. Oh, I was about to say, where the zombies gone? But I would like to see more. I've always been a big fan of impact with games that have firearms in them. Like, I want to feel the impact of having fired a weapon. I love RE2's gore system. There's a lot of stuff I'd like to see. I want to see persistent damage decals on zombies. I love how in RE2 remake, you could, you know, limbs would just fall off of the zombies, or you could blow their heads clean in half. I love stuff like that. And, you know, it sounds like weird to be like, I want more blood and gore and guts. But I really do like a super impactful type of combat mechanic that makes the guns that I'm firing feel like they're doing genuine damage to the enemies. I'd like to see a little more of that kind of stuff in survival horror games, because so many of them are based around having, you know, shooting things, and you want your guns to genuinely feel like they, oh yeah, here you go. If you stand around long enough, this quantum kendo will come after you. Have hepatitis from a single scratch, never-ending stomach issues. That's an interesting way to go about it. But, you know, in a roundabout way, yeah, an infection mechanic would be interesting. Although, to be fair, I think that's probably one of my least favorite aspects of Resident Evil Outbreak is the infection mechanic. I think with zombies, it would be hard to implement more realistic AI, because they are supposed to be sort of animalistic. You are kind of supposed to be able to herd them into different directions and stuff. Like, So we want to take you. Maybe we get rid of the grenade launcher for now, since we have the crossbow. I mean, it's not the best for liquors, but I don't remember if I come across any. It'd be good to have the crossbow though, because it doesn't take up an extra ammo slot, and I'm running very low on handgun rounds. We're gonna have to go back down and get that crank though. Yeah. Oh my God, that Dawn of the Dead remake. You know, a lot of zombie movie fans don't like it. That shit was fucking fire, dude. It was so good. What I liked about that movie was it showed the moment of the actual outbreak. I love a nice chaotic fucking holy shit, shit's going wild type of in a zombie movie. Because the original Dawn of the Dead had a similar thing with that news broadcast station. Everything was going crazy. People didn't know what was going on. Like standards were lessened and motherfuckers were acting crazy. I like to see that kind of shit. I want to see the moments that lead up to the outbreak. I love zombie movies so much. It's got to be my favorite genre. Complicated AI doesn't make much sense when your average zombie is just slightly smarter than most streamers. I hate streamers so much. I hate the fact that I do stream, so it's very ironic when I say it, but I truly cannot stand streamers. They are the scum of the earth for the most part. But you know, to be fair, I hate a lot of content creators too. And you know, here's the thing. Okay, let's say this. Like, what's his name? Moist Critical, Penguin Zero, I think is his YouTube name. He seems like a fucking awesome dude. Like, I feel like I could probably sit down, have a conversation with him, and we would literally, I feel like, get along really well and agree on a lot of stuff, or like have a fun interaction. Like, I truly believe that. He seems like a down-to-earth, just a dude. That being said, it's almost a slap in the face to people who put genuine and honest hard work into creating content for YouTube, because none of them make anywhere near as much money as he does by turning on a fucking webcam and speaking this far away from a compressed... I fucking hate people who have millions of dollars and use a $120 fucking compressor mic that they put this far away from their fucking mouths and then create content like this. Like, dog, you are a millionaire. You could have a fucking $800 microphone that is perfectly complemented to your exact pitch of voice that would make you sound incredible and would make the listening experience for the people who pay your bills so much better, and you choose not to, and I fucking hate that. That is a genuine and honest spit in the face of anybody who enjoys your content, that you refuse to take the millions of dollars that you fucking get in and put it back into your fucking business like a goddamn adult. That fucking pisses me off so bad, dude. Like I said, he seems like such a nice guy, and his takes are fucking so understandable. Almost everything the guy says, I think most rational, level-headed people would have a hard time disagreeing with for the most part. He tends to take a very middle-of-the-road stance on a lot of things, which I think is fair, because he might just be a guy who easily considers all sides of a situation before speaking on it. And I think, people say it's because like PR and he doesn't want to get in trouble. I don't think that's the case. I get the feeling that he doesn't give a shit if he gets in trouble, but he's just probably just a nice person, and he's probably not quite so likely to make statements that are gonna be super hurtful, or you know what I mean? Probably to a certain extent, but I think it's unforgivable when you have people like PewDiePie used to do this for a long time. He had no idea how to EQ his voice. He didn't know what a compressor was. So he would scream all the time and peak everybody's speakers. And it's like, dude, listen, you make millions of dollars. You could pay a person a one-time fee to set up your audio for you, and then you're good forever. You never have to change it. If you spend, what is this? This is a Shure SM7B. I think it's like a $400 microphone, which isn't cheap. I'm not saying, but if you make, orders of magnitude more than that every paycheck, it's irresponsible and it's disrespectful for you not to take that money and reinvest it back into the thing that has made you so lucky to be a millionaire. Like, it's just,
Leon,
oh, by
you
the
made
way,
it.
for the people who are asking about Leon.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I thought you were another one of those zombies.
Are you Chief Irons?
Yes, that's me. And just who are you?
Like,
No, don't bother.
I'm not trying to like
No difference.
insult the guy,
Up just like all
because
the others.
I have opinions about him that would be like insulting, and it'd be immature to be like, oh, what a fucking idiot, he's ugly or something. But I genuinely feel like, from criticizing him from the point of view of a fellow content creator, the amount of money that he makes versus the amount of money that he puts into the portion of his job that makes him that money it's fucking disrespectful as shit. Because there are people out there who spend days writing out 20-page scripts and days voice recording them and making sure that their voice and the video and audio of the content that they're uploading to YouTube is
Or by decapitating her completely.
to a certain level of quality as to not be fatiguing on the ear or the eyes, that they're entertaining and potentially thought-provoking sometimes. But even if you're not going to go that route, if you make money with audio-visual content, but you don't invest into the technology that produces that audio and video, that's fucked, bro. I'm sorry. That's fucked. That is not fucking... That's not okay. Even though he seems like a nice guy, and I'm sure he's not purposefully like, yeah, I'm going to fuck everybody over. But the people who watch this stream, the people who watch my channel and my videos, the people who fucking, God willing, are nice enough to support me financially. You know, when you see the green names in text, those are people who have joined up as channel members. That's incredible. These are people who think that the work that I put out is worth their money, despite the fact that it is 100% free. Nobody has to pay for my content. There is no expectation that anyone would, right? It is incumbent upon me to give something back to those people. Not necessarily in the sense of like perks for joining up, although I try to offer those too. But it's my genuine and honest belief that because there are people who think my content is worth their hard-earned money, I think my content is worth my hard effort. And it would be disingenuous for me to just shit out a video with garbage voiceover where you can hear all the smacking sounds and the noises of spit moving around in my mouth. So someone with a fucking wearing headphones is assaulted by the gross organic nonsense in my mouth. Or I speak this far away from a fucking compressor microphone so that you can hear more of my voice echoing off the ceiling than you can going straight into my fucking microphone. It's irresponsible and disrespectful to the people who pay your bills that you refuse to invest their fucking money into your setup. It's garbage, bro.
Easy there. I'm not
And a lot of people say it's like, well, you know, they may not understand that aspect of the technology or something like that. Unforgivable. I'm sorry. Like, if you were a fucking NASCAR driver, but you were like, oh yeah, I have no idea how to change my tires, that would be inexcusable. It wouldn't make any sense at all.
They both work at the Umbrella Chemical Plant near the city limits.
Insulted, you mean aroused? Yeah, we'll do some ASMR shit. That's another thing too. I can't watch ASMR stuff because the mouth noises.
Police station because it was
DSP is left in chat. Yeah, I mean, listen, to be fair, it's not like I'm also not using a webcam, but it's a 4K webcam with really good visual quality. And also, in my defense, streaming doesn't even make up
But I saw it.
an eighth of my income. You know, I mean, I am so appreciative to anybody who has super chatted so far, but realistically, right now, chat revenue is at $18.58, which is incredible that anybody decided to do that. But, you know, at the end of the day, when it comes time for me to pay my rent, obviously $18.58 is not a giant portion of what I make at the end of the month on YouTube. So for me not to, you know, buy a DSLR for me to stream like that, it makes sense not to invest that level of money, although it's perfectly fine when people choose to. But I think it should be a proportional thing. Oh, fuck. Are there Kendos? Oh, okay. It's just Mr. X. No big deal. That's wild that he's in here. Anyways, yeah, like I think it's fucked up when people don't put effort and genuine and honest care into the work that they do, especially because realistically speaking, we content creators are some of the most lucky people on earth. We get to play video games. We get to press record on OBS and bam, fucking paycheck acquired. You know what I mean? That's not normal. And it's not exactly, we're not working stiffs by any stretch of the imagination. Fuck. I'm good. No problem. Yeah, so I think this job requires a level of self-reflection. You have to understand how lucky you are to be able to do this, and you owe it to the people who aren't as lucky as you to put your genuine and honest effort into it. It's not okay to luck into the most incredible career that anyone could imagine and be like, yeah, I wipe my ass with this. I don't care. That's not okay. It's not something that anybody should do. All right, so hard key. I know where we're going. Varen Hawes says, been around for a while and this is still the only channel I sub to. Oh, that's dope, man. Fuck yeah. Although to be fair, I bet I could recommend a million channels that are super worth your time as well. Madular, Casp, Tango Mushi does a great job. Grimbeard, awesome video maker. I mean, one of the best that I watch right now. Civi11. And these are all, you know, YouTubers that kind of vary in how many subscribers they have. Some of them are huge. Some of them, like Tango Mushi is, I want to say around my level, probably. Maybe in the 100,000 subscriber zone, I want to say. I think Casp has like 20K subs, maybe. Really, really good content, though. Oh, it's a club, you fucker. Now I'm going to have to... See, this is why I should have killed those zombies. I'm going to have to continue running through that group. US a cat can. Right now, so when Josine's upstairs, Carmela likes hanging out upstairs because there's windows up there that we have little beds for her to lay in so she could look out the window. So anytime Josine's in the house, she'll be upstairs, and that means Carmela's going to be upstairs too. So sadly, no cat cam. But when I stream and Josine's at school or doing something for work, Carmela will be present. Don't you worry. Oh, Boulder Punch too. Yeah, absolutely. Boulder Punch is great. What did he just cover? His video that he just put out. It's one of those games that I've always wanted to play but never got into. Oh, fuck. For the life of me, I can't think of it. Who else is good? Super Derek RPGs. He does great RPG reviews. Region Unlocked. Jimmy Hoppa. Killer, like Japan only import stuff. And, you know, these are all people, by the way, who are putting genuine and honest effort into their work. They are putting care, and their heart goes into every single video they produce. And like, that's important, man. Because the whole thing with YouTube is, I know it started out as just people, you know, hitting record on a webcam, and that's fine. But I think it evolved into something much better, where it was genuinely people broadcasting themselves. And now that the technology is caught up to the access we have to being able to broadcast ourselves, it's sort of irresponsible once YouTube becomes, you know, half of the money you bring in every month. I think it's your responsibility to sort of act accordingly. Where am I going? Oh, it's over here. I'm an idiot. It's amazing how Jared runs both of his channels. The channels being Avalanche Reviews and Boulder Punch. I write all of the scripts for him. You know who I think is a really good example? Like Residents of Evil. So you have like, I mean, for the most part, it's mostly kind of like streaming type of content. And I mean, he puts, like, he has a great fucking camera. He has a great setup. He has all kinds of like, you know, gifts for when people donate, and his microphone sounds good. Like, that guy is doing more for showing that he gives a shit about, you know, where his paycheck comes from than massive YouTubers like, you know, Penguin Zero. And again, I'm not trying to shit on the guy, but I really do think I disagree with the way he conducts himself in a lot of ways. I guess we'll say that. Oh, Sean Johnson is killer. Super good stuff. When I had COVID, me and Josine, we climbed Fuji a while back. This was like, I want to say a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, something in that neighborhood. We had COVID and it was bad. It was fucking, this was the worst I think ever. Like, I mean, my lymph nodes swelled up so bad I could barely breathe and I couldn't lay on my side because they would choke me. And I was like just drifting in and out of consciousness. And we were sick probably for like 2.5 weeks, just solid running fevers, unable to talk, just absolutely fucked. And throughout those 2.5 weeks, I just watched Sean Johnson videos and played Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter. That's what I remember most about that time. Okay, so when we come back, we'll get that stuff. Bisley Channel does the best green screen I've seen so far, including budget he puts into products he buys to have. Yeah, man. I mean, I've never heard of that before, but there are people out there who have less of a following than me that even put in more effort.
What are you doing?
That's so good.
I'm keeping a close eye on things.
What are you trying to say?
It's so good. I don't know, rant over. I tend it for those of you who haven't been around very long. These streams tend to be dominated by me ranting about dumb shit. So apologies, but I promise I'll move on to a different subject now. Somebody give me another subject to rant about. It's important. Salve, you getting out of here? Thanks for showing up, man. Good talking to you again. Oh, for sure. Yeah, and that's another thing, too. Residents of Evil sort of gives back to the community, too. This is so good. This is so fucking good. Yeah, I mean, you know, they fucking help fund and put together Resident Evil short films and documentaries and getting the original cast back together. That's for real shit. Hopefully you guys can hear that. So how would you describe survival horror? See, I can actually be pretty succinct with that. I would describe survival horror as being a combination of, if we're getting sort of vaguely hyper specific, survival horror to me is a combination of the Metroidvania genre and a focus on adventure game style puzzle solving with an emphasis on inventory management, limited resources, and backtracking throughout an environment that, what's the word that I always use? Incrementally opens itself to you. So you only have access to 5 rooms at first, but then you get a key that opens up a single other room, and inside that other room, you find an object that will solve a puzzle that will open up 2 more rooms.
How cute.
So you have this incremental opening of the environment, and your exploration is equally incremental. Personally, I like to see combat in survival horror. It's one of my core tenets. I think survival horror needs to have combat, but I think a lot of the time, because survival horror games allow people to avoid combat, that people tend to get the idea that survival horror games just shouldn't have it then, if that's the case. And I think that's probably not the way that I would necessarily go. Oh, shit. So, there you go. Now, you guys know me personally. I think the perspective, the fixed style perspective of survival horror is very important to the genre. But anytime I say that out loud on the internet, I'm fucking gang fucked by people who are like, it's so stupid that your perspective should play into a game genre. And I'm like, okay, Yeah, I guess first-person shooters, third-person video game, none of those exist, right? Because it's stupid to think that this right here, what we're playing, is not a first-person game, right? Because at no point should perspective or visuals tie into a game genre or anything.
But I did find
I swear to... Oh, God, I get... Okay, you did it, David. You did it. You got me ranting. Good job.
Thanks, sweetie.
Yeah, Ada was running away from the Kendo
I want
heads.
you to stay with me. Claire, I can't reach the ventilation hole anymore. But don't worry, I'll find another way. I can take care of myself. Wait, Sherry, come back.
Miss the old
Sherry,
Angry Joe. Now he's
Sherry.
expanded into way too much other stuff. You know, I've never really gotten into Angry Joe's content. I don't get into a lot of those style of videos, which makes me feel bad because he was really nice at one point when I was real small, like less than 10,000 subscribers, I think. He actually shouted my channel out. He asked me to give him a bow gun. Nice. No one messes with the Redfields. Fuck yeah. Yeah, but I would imagine he's a nice guy just based on him shouting my channel out. I was so small, and he gains nothing from doing that. Him and the Completionist did that. A long time ago, the Completionist shouted me out, which is like, dude, that's really... Thank you so much. That's so nice. I mean, now, knowing more about the Completionist, maybe that's not as cool as it was before, but it is kind of nice when people who don't get anything for doing something do it anyways. Oh, we don't need to do this. Okay, Jared. This is fine. Hell yeah. All right. Ah, the Completionist. Exactly. I believe... I get it mixed up who shouted me out for what reason, but I think it was the Completionist who on Twitter shared that my video covering Final Fantasy Type 0 was like really well made. And I was like, dude, thanks so much. He was he was and is a huge YouTuber. Of course, he's lost a lot of his following since then. And he's kind of proven to be a cunt, you know, to put it lightly. A very dishonest person at the least. But to be fair, you know, if I'm going to give my hot take on that whole situation with him actually legally committing charity fraud, I don't know that this is true. So I can't speak from any sort of like point of authority. But what happened with him, if you're asking me, it reads a lot like a family member of his had done some really shady shit. And he took the fall for it. You know, I could be just... That could be wishful thinking, but... it seems like probably his dad, or maybe his brother, fucked around with the charity money. That's what it seems like to me. Everything he did afterwards, like threatening to sue people for exposing it, is obviously bitch made. But again... You know, I think he probably had a family member who was fucking him over, and he probably took a bullet for him, sounds like. Okay, we got enough. You guys want to see something funny? Check this out. Now, everybody knows what's normally in this locker.
Hang in there. Are you the only officer left in the building?
Who are you? Oh, you must be the new guy. Chris.
Claire Redfield. I'm looking for my brother
You
Chris.
must be the new guy, Chris.
We lost contact with him over 10 days ago. Chris, Jill Barry. Every last STARS team member has disappeared. We should have listened to them.
What happened?
About 2 months ago, there was this incident involving these zombie-like creatures in a mansion located in the outskirts of this city. Chris and the other
Me and my
STARS
friends always used to
members
joke that he was fucking whacking his
discovered
dick
that
every time he did that.
Umbrella was behind everything, at the risk of their own lives. But no one believed them.
Are you okay?
Don't worry about me. Just rescue the survivors in the other rooms.
The true beauty.
Here, take this.
And then he gives you the side pack.
Now
So
go.
amazing.
But...
Just go.
Okay. Just hang in there. I'll be back soon.
You know what I didn't do last time I played this? I didn't go back in the room to see if he's still there. Let's see. And he's gone. Oh. Okay. All right, game. Well played. No, he was just as complicit. I agree. It's not like he didn't play a major role in that, because what he did, I'm trying to give his reasoning. Because when you think about it, the completionist made a lot of money. He didn't need that charity money, but I think maybe his family members did, if I had to guess, because the completionist was not a poor man by any stretch of the imagination, and the amount of money that came into that charity would have been like, what, 3 years of work for him, just, you know, playing video games for a career. I don't think he needed that, but I think probably his family members who weren't getting any money from Gerard's work, they probably did, or at least felt like they did. I would say that is the most likely candidate, because otherwise the completionist would have been jeopardizing his whole career for an amount of money that he could make with that career relatively easily. Because what did it end up being? Something like $300,000, which is certainly not a small amount of money. But this is for, I mean, you know, if you understand how much YouTubers can make, and you saw the amount of money he pulled in through, you know, streaming and stuff like that, even without pimping the whole charity angle, I don't think he needed that money, and I don't think it would have made sense for him to risk his career on a relatively attainable amount of wealth for where he was anyways. So that sounds to me like a family member who wanted to take advantage of that shit. Now, that's not saying that like Gerard Khalil didn't like cover it up and everything like that, because he did for sure. What he did was illegal. That's just all there is to it, and there isn't any like, oh, I can justify X because of this. Like you can't. But I'm just saying more for the reasoning behind his actions and less about like what he did. Because I mean, regardless, like the thing is, it's in his name. He promotes it. He lied about it and stuff. But I could believe that he was being told by his family members that ran the charity, yeah, we got signed on with such and such and all this shit. And then when it comes down, when people start pointing it out, it's either, yeah, I thought that at the time, or it's like, no, my piece of shit dad told me that this was correct. You know, I don't know. Again, I'm guessing, but coming from somebody with the experiences I've had, I would say, that reads like a situation that I think is sort of, you never know. If he's that good with money, why not help with his own money? Well, that's the point. I don't think it was necessarily his baby. You know what I mean? This reads to me like family members in his orbit that wanted to profit from his work. Oh, is David getting out of here? Fuck, I didn't even see that. See you later, David. Oh, yeah, for sure. He used his mom's death to deflect criticism. There's no doubt about it. Because what people did is they came to him with genuine and honest questions like, hey, there's some inconsistencies here. Can you explain them? And his response was, can you believe these guys? My mother died. And it's like, that doesn't mean you're fucking devoid from any and all criticism for every action you take. My dad died. If I scammed you guys out of your money, that wouldn't do anything for me. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not saying that he isn't guilty of 75% of the things that he's, people are saying he did. I'm just saying I think that there was probably a different reason for it than what's out there right now. That's my guess. I think it's obvious what happened, but I still can't get the feeling that it's not a healthy fan base and slop tubers farm a Chris Hansen hunt out of these YouTubers. Yeah, I could feel that. Anytime that you have somebody who's benefiting from what they're doing, it does kind of call into question their reasons for doing it, for sure. Like Jim Sterling has always been a huge consumer advocate. And I mean, no matter what disagreements you have, you can't deny that it's always been about consumer advocacy. But when you start making a considerable amount of money off of consumer advocacy, it's really easy to start thinking like, oh yeah, this person is strictly inventing scenarios where a consumer advocate would be valuable to insert themselves. If I made money off of a company doing something bad, everything that company did would then become bad, right? Because that's my only source of income. So if I was like a watchdog for a bank, every new employee that bank hired, I'd be like, yeah, look at this guy's he skipped town on a loan once. Just more bullshit from that company. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to not feel that way. And, there are, of course, people who rise above that. But, if we're being honest, most don't. All right, where are we headed? Oh, yeah. Okay. We did not need to come down here. I'm still hungry. Haven't even hit my dab pen. Dude, I'm hungry as fuck right now. Oh, you shit. Fuck. That's okay. We're okay. I'm hungry as hell for some reason. I got to work out today. Today is a cardio only day. June the King made an excellent video on the completionist. Oh, I forgot. Oh, Jared, you're the best. Oh, he is there. Shit. Well, you dodged wrong, Jared. There we go. Your butthole puckers up every time you dodge a zombie. Definitely a connection between his diehard necessity to please daddy and being complicit when his dad commits charity fraud. Yeah, I really do think that that's the case. Oh, shit. They spawned in. And, to be fair, I think if your dad is probably pulling some dishonest shit like that and he's willing to put his son at risk in jeopardy because of it, and he actively ended his son's career. It's probably, you could assume that he didn't Oh, fuck. You know what? I don't have a lighter. You could probably assume that he didn't exactly raise him in the most morally consistent household. So Gerard Khalil probably grew up thinking things like dishonesty and scamming people were kind of like less bad than other people might think. I'm not, like I said, I'm not excusing anything. He's a cunt for what he did, but there might be some reasons behind it too. Okay. I've been running headfirst into zombies all day. I'm not going to do it again. Yoga is a great workout. I've never done it before. Okay, so we're going to get... Yeah, all right. That's all we need. All we need. I just find it hypocritical that people online are misguided in their public humiliations of these tubers, that they still did wrong. Wait, hold on. Tubers, but they still did wrong. The length of public witch hunt, however, I'm iffy on. Okay, I got you. Yeah, but like I said, that's the whole thing, is once your job is to point out when someone has done something wrong, everything that somebody does will become wrong. You know what I mean. Zero Connection, thank you so much. $5. Hey, Jared, any RE clones on your radar this year? Yes. Oh, we were just talking about it. It's more of a Silent Hill clone. Post Trauma, I believe, is releasing today or tomorrow. Post Trauma is definitely on the list. Still, fuck, what is it called? Still something. Oh, this is going to kill me. It was an RE clone. It was isometric. It was sort of like a twin stick style control. Still Ridge? Maybe it was Still Ridge, what it was called. I covered it in not my last RE clone video, but the one before that. Very much on the radar. And I'm about to start playing Sorry We're Closed, which is a really cool sort of like avant-garde approach to Resident Evil. I'm sorry, survival horror. I'm playing Resident Evil right now. I lift and run often, and even then yoga is indeed a hard workout. Interesting. All right. Yeah. That would be my first instinct, would be that I could get a better workout lifting or something, but fuck yeah, if it works, it works. That's dope. You know, and of course, it always depends on what your goals are too, because for me specifically, I'm not quite as interested in like conditioning. I just literally want to build large, dense muscle. So my approach to fitness is always going to be cardio for fat loss and heavy weights for muscle gain. But if you're looking for more, if you want to like maybe slim down more or have a full body kind of workout, there's all kinds of shit that I do that I don't think. Oh, fuck. I forgot this happened.
No.
Oh, the double misdirect.
Sorry about that, babe.
Wait.
Incredible. Oh, now I can leave through that hole. And there's zombies. Of course there's zombies. Why wouldn't there be zombies? Oh, post-trauma was delayed. I didn't know that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, if the game needs more time in the oven, give them the time they need. One of the games I recently covered that's definitely on my radar when they finish it is Flesh Made Fear. Really, really cool. Kind of like a retro 80s slasher zombie type of approach. Really cool stuff. Wait, did I put away the I put away the crank? Oh wait, but I already used it. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it is a kind of Persona looking game for sure. That style is very similar. Dean Malloy says, "Hi Jared, I've just finished my first 5 hours on Code Veronica. Yes, good to hear. I can't believe I've waited this long to play it. I'm in my 40s, truly ashamed of myself." Hey, listen, there's no such thing as too late, as long as you play it. Yeah, Code Veronica is incredible. There are elements to it that can be a little tough, for sure. I think the picture puzzle towards the last third of the game is really hard. I'm sorry, not the last third. Before you get off of, I think it's during Chris's portion on the island. It's a tough puzzle, but on top of that, when you switch between Chris and Claire, it can be tough as hell if you don't know when it's coming. But yeah, killer game, amazing soundtrack, great mechanics. I love it all around. Jared, have you ever done bouldering or wall climbing? Never messed around with it. It looks fun though. There's actually a place here in Tokyo where you could...
Hello. Was it you who rang the bell of awakening?
I don't even know where that's
Are
from.
you okay?
Now we get a good look at Claire's non-ponytail. See, this is the interesting thing too, because the game's been randomized, not randomized, but rearranged. They can't take you to the sewers yet because you don't get that.
Very well. Now, be still.
So now they have to have Kendo do this. Am I playing the game emulated or on OG consoles? I don't have mine anymore. No, we're playing the PC version, and this is a mod called Kendo's Cut Uncut. It's wild, as you can tell. We might want a little bit of herbage. And you know what? I tell you what, guys, I'm super fucking hungry. I think I'm gonna get out of here. Also, my voice is starting to go, and I have a voiceover to do today, so that's gonna be tough. But thank you all so much for hanging out. This has been fun. I'm really liking that I'm streaming more often. I'm having a shit ton of fun. It's good conversations. We all get to just hang out, shoot the shit. Mega fun. Thank you anybody who subscribed or joined up as a channel member or sent a super chat or liked the stream or literally did anything that could be seen as a positive. It's very much appreciated. You guys, I love doing this, and we're going to keep doing it some more. Everyone have a good day. Don't drive drunk. Make wise choices. And I'm still in the weight loss arc. Everybody else needs to be in it too. I've already fucked up and shaved my beard, so I can't say that we're going to stay strong with that one, but we're definitely going to lose some weight, chat. Everyone have a good one. I'll see everyone later. Bye.